Konnichiwa, my swordlings, and welcome to today's stream. As you can tell by the title, Nintendo is at it again, and we need to find out what is going on. Can you swordlings hear me? Is the sound good? Yes, so yokoso to the stream, my swordlings. Okay, so I have not personally been attacked by Nintendo because they wouldn't go that far. Not yet, at least. But they thought that they could attack you swordlings. Little did Nintendo know that the swordlings are very powerful and won't be easily tricked by Nintendo. It was earlier this week, I believe. There were some Nintendo trolls, we believed. It was either someone sent by Nintendo or it was a bunch of trolls trying to ruin the fun in the server. They hacked the server and they took over the server completely and made it into a Nintendo fan server. Why would they do that? I don't... Well, my theory is that they are either trying to mess with me or they're trying to get to the swordlings to convert them to their side. Which does not work. Swordlings are not that easily manipulated. But they thought, I guess, they thought they could do it, but we gained back control of the Sephiroth Sword 57 fan server. Now, I'm not the owner of that server, as most of you know, which is probably why Nintendo decided to attack. Very cowardly, I will say. Do we know who the culprit was? Well, we know now. My swordlings, take a look at this. So, Tatoru-san, who is the owner of the Sephiroth Sword 57 fan server, received an email. Now, it's very small, so we can't read it here. So I will instead put it up on screen so we can read it together. Chotomate. Oh, arigato, Omi-san. Now I'm going to read it out loud. Let me just find it. Is that it? Yes, here it is. So, I'm going to be covering the screen for a little bit. So, gomen nasai. but we need to read this. Dear Tartar, we are writing to you with grave concerns and disappointment. As you are well aware, we have been monitoring the Sephiroth Sword 57 fan club for some time. We have witnessed your blatant disrespect and hostility towards Nintendo and our beloved franchises. Last week, we attempted to correct your misguided views by transforming your server into a Nintendo paradise. We hoped that by exposing you to the wonders of Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon, and other Nintendo classics, you could see the error of your ways and join us in celebrating the joy of gaming. However, we were dismayed to learn that you rejected our generous offer and restored your server to its original state. You even had the audacity to complain to Discord and accuse us of hacking and vandalism. This is unacceptable and intolerable. By the way, it wasn't excusing. They literally hacked the server. And this is from Nintendo of America, by the way, which proves that it's real. It even says america@nintendo.com as the email address. This is very concerning, but this means that they just exposing themselves like this. We are giving you one last chance to reconsider your actions. If you do not comply with our demands, we will launch a full-scale takeover of your server. We will not only change the theme, but also the rules, the roles, the channels, and the content. We will ban anyone who dares to speak ill of Nintendo or praise any other gaming company. We will make your server a Nintendo-only zone, where only true fans are welcome. You may think that we are being unreasonable or unfair, but you must understand that we're doing this for your own good. Nintendo is more than just a company. It is a way of life. We have a rich history, a loyal fan base. You mean brainwashed fan base. And a bright future. We will see about that. We do not tolerate any negativity or criticism from anyone, especially from those who are ignorant and uninformed. You have 24 hours to comply with our demands. Here is what you need to do. Apologize. You must issue a public apology to Nintendo and all our fans. You must admit that you were wrong and that you regret your actions. You must also praise Nintendo and express your gratitude for our generosity and forgiveness. Delete. You must delete all of the content that is anti-Nintendo or pro-other gaming companies. You must also delete any content that is related to anime or Japanese culture, as they are irrelevant and distracting. See, they are admitting right here that they don't care about their own Japanese culture. Submit. You must submit to our authority and follow our rules. You must also pledge your loyalty and devotion to Nintendo and our franchises. You must never question or challenge us again. If you fail to do any of these, we will take over your server and make it ours. You will have no say in the matter. You will either join us or be left behind. Nintendo of America. Well, Johan-san, don't be scared. we won't fall for we will not fall for this. This is you have me, Chef-sama, on your side. So don't be alarmed. We will get through this together. We need to keep our spirits high, my swordlings, so we can protect the server from Nintendo trolls and hackers. Yes, it's very gross. Now, gomenasai if I have not been reading your in the chat, but this is important. I need to go over this. Nintendo can't mute your voice, Chef-sama. No, they can't. So, my swordlings. What are we going to do? Well, I've already taken action. This is in the way. I've already taken action, as you can see on screen. I gracefully gave up and postponed the PlayStation 5 donation goal, so that we can instead use all the funds that will be coming in on this stream towards fighting against Nintendo and their attack on the swordlings. I don't know if I will be able to get a powerful PlayStation 5 in time for when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out, but this is more important. We cannot let Nintendo walk over us like this. And I will do my best. I will do my best to help you, swordlings. Another Chef-sama stream. I must be dreaming. No, this isn't a dream. This Nintendo really are attacking us. But there's always the swordlings on the Zephyr Sword 57 server are taking action as well, and have started training martial arts and other means to defend themselves. We never know. We never know what Nintendo would do. We don't know how they work. But I will be defending. I will be defending all of you. For those of you who are not part of the server, and you might think that this. Oh, Gomi-san, arigato for $10. Yes, this will go. These funds will go towards weapons and some kind of protection against the. I'm sure there's some kind of digital internet protection you can get to protect yourself from hackers. It will be utilized, and we will. This will be. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully we are safe for now. There's about in about 6 hours, I believe, is when the 24 hours is over, and Nintendo is planning to attack. Hopefully, something will be done. Anyway, I don't know what else there is to add, but there's many theories we can talk about why this is happening. If you saw anything from the server earlier this week, there was a lot of really nasty things being said from trolls, and I guess that's just Nintendo fans in general. Just a bunch of trolls. But we'll be fine. There are at least a couple of good things to talk about today, but I want to go over this first. As they might go after you as well. But like I said before, your swordlings are also you're strong against this. You're strong against Nintendo's influence. You will not be easily swayed. I know that. We should be fine. But I will be taking tomorrow off from work, just so that I can sit and be ready on the server in case they have decided to come and attack. I will call in sick to work because this is important. I don't know if I can beat Nintendo. I'm not strong enough. You are. You're way more strong. Giddy-san and all your other swordlings who are losing faith at the moment, don't give up. You can do this. You are stronger than you think, and your potential is unlimited. It's limitless potential you swordlings have. You might be able to unlock some more powers when the time is right. So don't give up. Gambare. Keep going. You need to stay positive. If they think they can go after us since they can't get to you, we will show them they're sorely mistaken. Yes. Oh. We're not getting, I see we're not getting any alerts in here from, well, arigato for the membership from Tataru-san and Puru-san. Well, for now we can only... I have prepared your swordlings. I've let you know what's coming up ahead. You should prepare yourselves for battle. And for now, we can only find yourself your closest weapon, a bokken or something similar. Worst case, just find something to protect yourself, or use martial arts that you've trained. And that would be it for the announcement. The takeover. We will be going over if there's more swordlings showing up that don't know what's going on. We would be informing them again. But for now, we can move on to some positive things. In the meantime, there's still some hours left before the takeover, or whatever the Nintendo's calling it. Let's move on. Let's move on for now. Positivity, my swordlings. Let's stay positive. My roommate has never seen your channel. Could you please give a brief explanation of who you are? Well, konnichiwa, everyone watching who don't know me. I am Sephiroth Sword 57. I am a content creator on YouTube, a Japan fan or otaku, musician, artist, and spiritual cultivator of Japanese culture. And I'll make content for entertainment's sake, but also to inform the West about the incredible and amazing land of Japan and its culture, and how we all can adapt to Japanese culture to become better human beings. And yes, that is my brief explanation for who I am. I also make objective video game reviews where I review Sugoi Japanese, JRPGs, and other genres, and overrated, badly designed Western games. So, I guess that's you just got another email? What do you mean? Update email. Okay. What do you have for story for us now, Nintendo? What is this? Look, my swordlings. There is an update. I'm going to be reading this out. I don't have this downloaded, so I'm going to read it right here. It will be pretty small, but I will be reading it with you swordlings. Dear Turtle, we are writing to you with the sense of urgency and frustration. As you may recall, we sent you an email 12 hours ago outlining our demands and expectations regarding your server. We gave you 24 hours to comply with our terms or face the consequences. We've been monitoring your server since then, and we are appalled by your lack of action and cooperation. You have not done anything to change your server's name, icon, description, channels, roles, or content. You have not issued a public apology to Nintendo or expressed your gratitude for our forgiveness. You have not deleted any of the anti-Nintendo or pro-other gaming company content. And you have not submitted to our authority or pledged your loyalty to Nintendo. We are also extending our reach to another platform that has been the source of negativity and hostility towards Nintendo, the Sephiroth Sword 57 YouTube channel. You! Nintendo! We have identified this channel as the main influencer and instigator of your server's misguided views and actions. We have decided to take action against this channel as well if you don't make the changes we ask for. If you do not comply with our demands within the next 12 hours, we will not only take over your server, but also hack into the Sephiroth Sword 57 YouTube channel and change everything to Nintendo-themed content. We will delete all of the videos that criticize or mock Nintendo or praise any other gaming company. We will upload new videos that showcase the greatness and superiority of Nintendo and our franchises. And we will change the channel's name, icon, description, and banner to reflect our brand identity. You will also disable the comments and ratings to prevent any feedback or backlash from the viewers. You have been warned. This is your last chance to avoid this fate. Do not make the mistake of ignoring or defying us again. We are serious and determined. We will not stop until we have received our goals. Nintendo of America. Well, this is not what I expected. Well, I don't know what to do. What are we supposed to do? If they take down the channel, what will happen then? Maybe we need to give up after all. No. No, you're right. We don't give in. We're not giving in. We're going to keep going. Nintendo will not. They will not. They will not play around with us like this. We are not toys for Nintendo to play with. We need to. We're going to keep going. Right, my soldiers? We're going to keep going. Yes, wait, let's use all the power we have. And let's keep going. Don't give up. We will get through this. Nintendo will not be able to hack anything. We will be fine. Let's ignore that insect's letter. I don't know who specifically sent the letter. I guess it is the president of Nintendo of America who sent it. So we don't give up. Prepare yourself for battle. It will happen soon. Oh. Anyway, my shortlings. Oh, Baba-san, arigato for the 20 Swedish crowns. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. We are strong. Anyway, my swordlings. Well, but I would point out that the Super Chato is don't get paid out until way later, which will be past the Nintendo attack. So I won't be able to use those funds from Super Chato, but there is a link in the description if you want to support the cause. The Counter Nintendo Fund. This will ensure that we will have weapons and everything to fight against Nintendo, not just now but in the future as well. Yes, but why are there no alerts for? But that's fine. Yes, my swordlings, go ahead and like the stream. That way, more swordlings will see it. You know how YouTube's algorithm works. Sometimes swordlings are not, they're not informed when new content comes out. This is important. Never underestimate your opponent, no matter how small they may seem. Shino Aburame. That's some advice Nintendo could take. I think they don't know who they're dealing with right now. Me and you swordlings, we're strong. Let's move on. We're going to be fine. I have some good things to talk about, my swordlings. So let's go over that. We can't do anything about Baka Nintendo right now, but we will just be ready for when it happens in a couple of hours. So, yesterday you might have noticed there was some upload on the channel. And if you didn't, it is something that I've been planning throughout this whole year. Did you swordlings see it? There was a new video. But it's not what you think it is. Yes, arigato, Fomi-san. You can go and check that out. Now this series was supposed to start at the beginning of next year as a new series that I'm making called a Japanese Word of the Week. These are short form content where I will be explaining one Japanese word every week and give you examples of usage as well. It is a series I've been planning this whole year, and the video somehow, I guess it wasn't scheduled properly because it went up yesterday. So when I was alerted by the Sephiroth Sword 57 fan server, fan club server, I was shocked. So I guess we are starting early. And you swordlings got a little pre-holiday gift from me. And that video, since it's for short form content, it will be able to be uploaded to multiple different platforms. It will be uploaded to YouTube X. And last, TikTok. Now, I don't use TikTok. I don't watch content there because it's all really weird and gross and annoying. I only use it to upload, to spread awareness of the swordling community. And me, Sephiroth Sword 57. So that more people can see me and be aware of my content. Oh, we can change the music now. We can change the music, my swordlings. Let's play. Let's go to let's see. Yes. Let's go back to the music we usually have. Nintendo owns a lot of TikTok. Good, it means that we will be competing with Nintendo then. We need to show the truth. Yes. Could this be the return of... Oh! We will be playing that. Is it playing? It's very low. There we go. But yes, a new series. The new series, Japanese Word of the Week, is a weekly series from me, Sephiroth Sword 57, for you swordlings, but most importantly, new viewers of Sephiroth Sword 57, who might not have heard of me and don't know Japanese very well. I know that there are some of you low-ranked, less skilled swordlings who are still learning, and this content might be good for you. But this content will be informative and fun. So yes, the word, yes, Sugoi is the first word you will be learning. Chef-sama, I must be leaving now as I have my Japanese martial art class to attend. But worry not, I shall help with all my spirit against the Nintendo situation. Gambare! Good, prepare yourself. And I will see you later. We veterans know a lot of Japanese and about Japanese culture, but new swordlings could use your guidance in their journey. Yes, exactly. It's important to not only make content for you for your swordling veterans, your high-ranked swordlings, but also the new swordlings. So yes. Chef-sama, will you be able to do a Christmas greeting to my friend Lucas? Lucas-san, Merry Christmas. Well, that's the first thing I wanted to go over. That was good. And we have more great news coming out today, my swordlings. And I am so excited for this. We are actually getting a remake. A remake of One Piece. And it's going to be animated by Studio Wit, who have made some of the best anime out there. One Piece is getting a remake. Yes, for Netflix. It's true. In fact, let me show you, swordlings. I will link you right here. Go and check this out. And yes, but the live action. No. It's not live action. It is the anime. It is a remake, a true remake. And not like that really garbage live action one that had a bunch of Westerners playing the roles of the characters we all know and love. No, not like that garbage. A true remake. And I can't wait to see if they change the art style to something more fitting. That is something I am very curious about. Maybe they will hire some artists, some famous artists. We could have Masashi Kishimoto could do the imagine One Piece characters in a great art style from Masashi Kishimoto, or Akira Toriyama could do it as well. We are in a golden age of remakes, my swordlings. We're getting remakes in video games, JRPGs, and we are getting remakes in anime, and wow. That's the first good news. And recently I want to talk about something, and I see that one of you swordlings mentioned it already. The live-action adaptation of Yu Yu Hakusho has been released, and I'm happy to announce it is good. It is great because it uses Japanese actors and is made by a Japanese production team with no Westerners in sight. So we have a lot of things. You can go watch it right now. There are 5 episodes. Go. You can go and watch. It's on Netflix. And of course it's in Japanese, because it is made by Japanese people and not a bunch of Westerners like with the One Piece. I guess they learned a lesson. Maybe for season 2 of One Piece live action, they will go back. They will go back to Japanese actors and fire all the Western actors and all the production and writers and stuff, and replace it with Japanese. Now that would be great. Chef-sama, is it true for Christmas in Japan people eat KFC? Yes, it's true. Japan does not celebrate Christmas. Christmas is celebrated differently in Japan than it does in Western countries. Some Western countries. I know a lot of people in the West treat Christmas as this get together with family and stuff. But that is not the case in Japan. In Japan, Christmas is the perfect time for dates and spending time with your loved ones. Well, your one love, or maybe even finding new dates and new people, which is good. And in Japan, New Year's is a more family oriented get together and holiday for the Japanese, which is how I celebrate it as well. Will you go on a date on Christmas? No, not me personally. Like I said before, I don't have any interest in romance at the moment. Until I move to Japan. My plan is to, when I move to Japan, to find a wife there, so we can get married and have children and move out to the Japanese countryside. And that's all while making content for you swordlings, of course. So yes, but yes, Yu Yu Hakusho is really good, with some really good action scenes, so you should go and check it out. It is out right now. And other than that, well, since we had a lot of Nintendo things going on today, I might as well show something that will make Nintendo really, really mad. Let me show you, swordlings. Now, take a look at this. Now, Nintendo, I'm sure you are jealous of my superior artistic skills. As you should, because I fixed, I just fixed your ugly character. And yes, this is made by me. This is a drawing by me. This is a drawing of the main concept of this one was, what if Super Mario had a good design? What would it look like? And well, here is the answer. Now, one of my main inspirations for this design is Nomura-san, who has made some of the best designs in the video game industry. Be careful, Chef-sama. Nintendo might steal your design. Oh no, they won't. I've already proven that I was the one who made it first. So, it's already out on my Exu as well, as some of you might know. Right? Isn't it much better? I also changed a couple of things that made no sense for an adventurer and protagonist. For example, the original design, ugly, dumb design, had white gloves, which makes no sense for a character to have who are doing a lot of dirty work and fighting, those will be stained immediately. So I went with our proper color, as you can see. And well, there's so many other things to talk about with it, but overall, I am very happy with this improved design of Super Mario. Now, I call this. I didn't say it in the Exo post, but I call this Super Marisan. I call him Marisan instead, to make it more Japanese. And yes, he's actually half Japanese, half Italian. It's time to respect the Japanese culture that influenced and create the character from me, and also the intent of him being Italian. That way, he will be able to be both. Something that Nintendo, for some reason, didn't do. I wonder why. Could it be because they're appealing to Westerners and they hate their own culture? Could be. The answer is yes. They hate Japanese culture and themselves for being Japanese, and they wish they were Westerners. That's why all of their games appeal to Westerners. My stepson wanted a new PlayStation over a Nintendo Switch for Xmas. He's going to become a great swordling one day. I'm sure of that. Make sure to show my content to him. I have a lot of great content. I'm sure he will be intrigued by the storyline of the Sephiroth Sword 57 show as well. And well, these were the main things I wanted to go over today. Yes, Hui-san, Nintendo is attacking us, and we're getting. Make sure to prepare yourself for a fierce encounter. Nintendo might strike. Your swordlings might be hacked too, if you're not careful. Most importantly, the Sephiroth Sword 57 channel here might be in trouble. They are threatening to hack the channel. Now, hopefully that won't happen, and then YouTube would be strong enough to, because Nintendo isn't very smart. I'm sure they won't be getting very far. They were thrown out very quickly last time they tried to infiltrate the fan club server. Chef-sama, have you seen any of Andrew Bluet-san's Final Fantasy retrospective videos? His latest on the Super Sugoi in-depth Final Fantasy VI on a whole 5 hours length was Hontoni Subarashi. I have not. I don't know who that is. I don't typically watch Western content creators, my swordlings, so I don't know a lot about them, but that sounds really Sugoi, and I should check that out. There we go. Now there's more space for us. In case of an emergency, Chef-sama, is there somewhere we should meet to retake the channel? Oh, that is a good idea. I don't know. How about my swordlings. How about the Shepherd Sword 57 Twitch channel? Chef Sword 57. That way, we will meet up there. There is a chat there, and if something happens, we'll go there. Okay? Does any of you swordlings have a link? I could provide one on right now. And if something happens, to the channel, the Discord fan server, or my account on Twitter, head over there, and we will discuss what to do. Now, hopefully that won't happen. It will be that we don't have to resort to that. Anyway, my swordlings, yes, a lot of good news has happened recently. That's great. We have a lot of content to watch, a lot of JRPGs to play. Which, by the way, next month, my swordlings, we're getting so close. There's only about a month left until we get to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I can't wait. I just got a Nintendo ad on this live stream. Now that they have not done anything yet. That must just be some automatic YouTube nonsense. Chef-sama, do you have a favorite samurai general from Japanese history? I like Nobunaga Oda. That is a very good choice. For me, personally, Miyamoto Musashi will always be my favorite Japanese historical figure. And he fights with 2 katana. And is very strong. Chef-sama, is it acceptable to prefer Final Fantasy IX over Final Fantasy VII? Well, acceptable, yes. Preferable, no. You will need to accept the facts and adapt them. I'm sure with over time you will come to learn that Final Fantasy VII is a better game, and you will like it more as well. But Final Fantasy VII is a Super Sugoi game, and you should all play it. But it isn't better than Final Fantasy VII, nowhere near. Yes, it's something you swordlings will slowly realize over time. You will get more objective, and you will adapt accordingly to objectivity. We don't support any kind of subjective thought or opinions. We don't have that. We cannot have that kind of stuff. At least not from to use as arguments. So yes. Oh. Well, we got to talk about that. Okay, so good. We are... I've been going over other topics that I have. Uh, Now we can move into Sephiroth Sword 57 Q&A. Ask away, my siblings. Any questions? I will be answering them here. Whether it is about the upcoming Nintendo attack or anything else. Anything in general. See, and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Opinion on TOTK. What does that mean? This is Dog-san. I don't know what that means. Tales of the... Oh, okay. I made a video on that. And I made a review. What's the best way to prepare for a Nintendo attack? What kind of training should we do? Giri-san, on the Sephiroth Sword 57 fan club server on Discord, they have been Tataru-san, the owner of the server, and the other swordlings have provided links for what you should do to prepare yourself. Videos of martial arts from me and others, and other things. I'm sure I haven't checked, but I'm sure they're also giving you ways to prepare yourself mentally for what's coming. So, yes. Sef-sama, if you're looking for games to play, I highly recommend Yume Tuki. It's a Super Sugoi free game that's a fan-made sequel to the iconic Yuminiki. I played well over 200 hours. Oh wow, really? That sounds interesting. Well, I have not played that game. So, that's something I could be looking into. Sef-sama, have you played the Metal Gear Solid series? And if so, what is your favorite? I have talked about Metal Gear Solid in the past. I made a video where I went over the history between Mr. Kojima and the great Konami. And I went over my feelings on that series pretty well there. Overall, it's a series that's made by a maniac who sold himself to Western celebrities and turned his back on his own culture. But Metal Gear Solid back in the day was really Sugoi, and it was a great game. That was back when he still wasn't completely ruined by Western culture. Kojima was still somewhat normal, although he had a weird fascination with Western culture in a way. But it still haven't gone through all the way. But it got worse and worse with each game. And Kojima loves Sweden. Well, I don't love him. Well, arigato, Momi-san. Yes, that video goes over the conflict very well. Now, Konami tried to well, I went over it in the video. You'll see. Point is that don't trust Mr. Kojima. He is not Japanese in my eye, and he is not trustworthy. Did you watch the video game awards? No, Denton-san. I would not spend time watching a bunch of Westerners pretending to give awards to games that didn't deserve it. So, no. I did not watch that. It is a fake show, so that Westerners can feel good about themselves. When we all know that objectively there will be no Western games anywhere near the top, or even nominated at all. And we know that. Konami is great. I love Goemon. Oh yes, that is a series made by Konami, that's right. Yes, they have created some of the most unforgettable classics. We have Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, or as I like to call it, Akumajo Dracula X Gekka no Yasukyoku. One of my favorite PlayStation games. Also the Suikoden series, which is also really great. Kojima-san always tweets about Western movies he's watching, and Western celebrities he's with. Exactly, he is not Japanese anymore, my swordlings. He is a Westerner. And we need to accept that fact. Very unfortunate, but he still is Japanese, so in a way, so he could, if he makes a proper apology to the Japanese people and me, then he might be forgiven. So yes, there's a lot of things that can be said about Kojima. On Kojima's English and Japanese X account, he has different icons. The English icon is a normal expression, but the Japanese icon is a cool Kojima with glasses. Is he to be trusted? No, you should never trust Kojima. And especially not with games. Did you see that trailer for his game? I had to check it out, and it is nothing. And of course there's a bunch of Westerners in the trailer as well. Which, once again, he just doesn't want... It's like Kojima doesn't want to see his own countrymen. He doesn't want to see other Japanese people, I guess. He just wants to look at Westerners all the time. Well, let's call it for what it is. He's racist. So yes, don't trust Kojima. He must be deceiving his own people in order to preserve his Japanese fan base. I don't think he cares about his Japanese fan base either. He mostly just want to keep them around to sell games to, which are probably most likely just Westerners living in Japan anyways, so... Well... Chef-sama, is one of the earliest archived fighting streamers stream with Joachim-kun. You mentioned the heart-shaped cheese hooks. Eh? I don't remember that. Are they still available for purchase or even? Well, I do love those a lot, but they're not available anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, they're little heart-shaped cheese snacks that I really enjoyed, and they stopped. Where's the music? My Swordlings, there's no music. There we go. Yes, I don't remember talking about it in the video though, or any video. But no, yes, they're not available anymore, unfortunately. Are there any J-pop idols you like? I love Perfume. They are super kawaii. Now, I personally have not been involved in recent idol culture except for Hololive, which I watch a lot of Hololive members. As some of you Swordlings know, I don't have a lot of time recently, even to make content or play JRPGs. But I've been watching Hololive, and they are some of the best idols around. With Koro-san being my favorite. Chef-sama, I must know, when will the baka Nintendo stop attacking us? Until their company is removed from society. It's not happening now, but it will happen in the future, and I will make sure that they are removed forever, or is built up from the ground up to become a better company. Fix all their games, and by that I mean just build everything up from the ground up again. And also, most importantly, Oh, Monda-san, arigato for the $5. Arigato for supporting the Nintendo Counter-Attack Fund. You Swordlings can also contribute to the Nintendo Counter-Attack. There's a link in the description. It's the first link you'll see. Anyway, Nintendo. Yes, going back to Nintendo. When Nintendo has been seized by proper Japanese developers, most important thing to do is to scrub the internet and Nintendo of all Nintendo games from the past and present. Then there should not be a single trace of any Nintendo games left. They are harmful products. They're used to manipulate the minds of young people, and at this point adults even. So we need to remove all games that Nintendo ever made and erase them. And then we can talk about it in history. In history books, it will be mentioned how that evil company Nintendo used it to manipulate the public. So yes, that's what's going to happen. At some point, is what my goal is. I was going to say Nintendo hijacked my audio signal and paused the live stream on my end, but my wireless earbuds died, so I had to connect my headphones. Ah, naruhodo. Well, that's good to know, but stay. You need to be on your toes, my swordlings. Nintendo could attack at any moment. Although they did say, I don't trust them, but they did say that there were still a few hours left before they. Oh, Goku-san, arigato for the $5. Yes, as Nintendo used to be a playing card company, we should completely fill their buildings with playing cards so their employees can no longer work on new games and everyone shall seek new jobs. Well, that could work. Nintendo needs to. There are many things that can be done about Nintendo. But one of them that I think is very important is to let the world know the truth. I'm sure there's plenty of documents at the Nintendo headquarters in Kyoto where they have confirmation of their businesses with the Yakuza, how many innocent Japanese developers they have forced to make games for their system. Everything I'm sure is documented there, because the Yakuza is very peculiar and they're very strict when it comes to documentation. I'm sure they will want to keep that around to so that Nintendo knows who they're dealing with. But at this point, Nintendo is they're so deeply tied with the Yakuza that you could consider Nintendo Yakuza. Sef-sama, if you were to become CEO of Nintendo, do you think Nintendo could be good? Yes, like I said, we could remove all Nintendo games from the moment I step in and before that, and then begin from the beginning. We could create the classics that they started, that they consider classics, I should say, like Super Mario, and we use this design. I could use this design right here for the new and improved Super Mario, which is a platformer RPG. So you have platforming elements and also JRPG mechanics, and also a more adult, dark story, and more in line with Final Fantasy VII and such. Which means that it won't be just for small babies like Nintendo usually make. It will be for true gamers. Wow, looks inspired by Nomura-sama. Yes, I mentioned that earlier. Exactly. This was a Nomura-san inspiration. My biggest inspiration when it comes to fashion and character design. But also, The Legend of Zelda. We could improve that as well. And all the other Nintendo franchises could just become better. That is what we want. Well, I could see in the future when everything is improved, we don't have to worry about bad games for Nintendo. The gaming industry will be so much more safer. Of course, we still have to deal with Western developers and the Xbox from Microsoft. But those weren't they're more pathetic attempts, and they're just annoying. Nintendo is harmful though. I want to play the new DQ. I'm assuming that's Dragon Quest. Something. But it's stuck on Nintendo consoles. See what I mean? Nintendo is holding games made by Square Enix. They're holding the games hostages on their inferior, underpowered, garbage system. How awful. Oh, that reminds me, my swordlings. I went over all the games that I owned, and it brought back some memories. So while we are Dragon Quest Monsters, I see. Well, I have not heard of that game, mostly because it's Nintendo exclusive. So I haven't seen or heard anyone talk about it. Anyway. Let me show you. Oh. Where are they? Let's pick out a few ones here that we can talk about. I got really nostalgic about the PlayStation 2. So that's why I've been doing this. Let's see what else. Oh, that's a good one. And another. Oh wow. We have PlayStation 2 games right here. And first off, as you probably saw, is Star Ocean. This is Star Ocean 3, To the End of Time. Have you swordlings played this? This is a really good JRPG for the PlayStation 2. It has a really good combat that's really interesting, and there's just a lot of great characters. It's a great story. The graphics were impressive for its time as well, made by Square Enix, and also. Like I said, great story, great combat, and well-written characters. Great game if you haven't played it. And here we have Devil May Cry 3. Oh, it's so shiny. Devil May Cry 3. PlayStation 2. This is the copy I got on launch when the game came out because I was so excited for Devil May Cry 3. This game has one of the best combat you can have in a Japanese action game. It improves on Devil May Cry 1. and Devil May Cry 2, and is a better experience overall. It has, amazing combat, like I said, but also a very intriguing storyline featuring Dante and his twin brother Virgil. I highly recommend that you go and pick this up for yourself on the PlayStation 2 or on the PlayStation 4, and I think it's available probably on PlayStation 5 as well. Oh. Now this is also... this is really bringing back some memories too, looking at it. What we have here is Final Fantasy X. Now, when this game came out, it was groundbreaking. It was amazing, and everybody loved it. It has some of the best characters in JRPG history, Tidus and Juna, and one of the most touching and sad love stories in not only video game history, but in fiction in general. If you want to enjoy a good story that will also tug on your heartstrings, go and play this. It's available on most platforms as well, and you could play it wait, hold on. Huh? Wait. Where's the bonus disc? Where's the... My son, is this is supposed to come with the bonus. With a bonus DVD, and it features interviews from the developers, but it's not here. Only the game is here. Where did that go? Well, I need to go look for that later then, after the stream. That is very concerning. Oh. Mondai-san. Arigato for $5. Well, I looked for that later. Well, Nintendo probably stole it. I don't know. Maybe your brother Dave took it. No, Dave hasn't been here in many years. He hasn't visited my home for a while. Anyway, let's keep going. Well, I'll focus on that after this. It might be in one of the other game cases somewhere. I don't know. And here we have last, but definitely not least, the Bouncer by Squaresoft. Yes, this was before they merged with Enix to create the best video game company in the world. The Bouncer is a really cool beat 'em up RPG that was released very early. This is the first PlayStation 2 game I ever got. That's right. This game is really good. Has some great combat, an amazing story, featuring one of my favorite villains in video game history, Dragon C. Mikado. Yes, and also Sion is, if you look, the main character here. That's Sion. Was the prototype design for Sora in Kingdom Hearts. Let's see. I'm sure there's more artwork of him. If you don't believe me, there should be a full body shot of him here. Oh, but it's hard to see. Let's see. No, it's okay. I will try and show. It's right here. He's right there. See? Doesn't that look like... Or the focus is not working. He's right there. It looks like Sora, right? Very good game. Now, unfortunately, Squaresoft has not re-released this masterpiece on any other system besides the PlayStation 2. So that means you certainly should go and buy a PlayStation 2 so you can enjoy the Bouncer. Those was mostly the games I wanted to talk about. Now I need to go look for that Final Fantasy X bonus disc. Ugh. Now hopefully it's nothing. Well, we will see. We'll see where it went. Really annoying. Anyway, so what else? Do you Soldings have any questions? Let me read up on chat if I missed something. Want me to steal my mom's card and donate 1K? Johan-san, no, don't do that. Use your own money instead. You shouldn't use your parents' money. That's stealing. That is not that's not something a swordling would do. Good luck with Nintendo attacks, F-sama. You prepare yourself too, Goku-san. You might get a Nintendo might be onto you as well, or any other swordling. Anyone associated with me could be in trouble. On Nintendo. How is the hunt for the PS5 going? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out in February. I know, but I had to pause the donation goal. Omaru-san, I had to pause it to focus on this, the Nintendo counterattack, which is more important right now. I might not be able to get a PlayStation 5 for the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But I will try my best. And I will be getting a PlayStation 5 as soon as I can. Are you showing off your karate moves today? No, I don't have the setup for that. As you can see, I don't have a camera set up for that kind of activity. I also don't have room in my apartment to do that kind of stuff. Not at the moment. However, there are a lot of videos out there of me performing a lot of martial arts. Can we get a setup tour? Well, this is the setup right here. There isn't really much else to show. There should be. I would like to put up more stuff in the back for you swordlings, so we had a nice little set for videos and streams. That would be Super Sugoi. I do have my shelf that I use for recording as backdrop. You've already talked about your upcoming Japanese Word of the Week series, but is there anything you can tell us about your next upcoming video, or even give us a sneak peek? The upcoming video? I can't talk about that, but I can talk about something else. I can do an announcement of that, but I won't go into detail about it. Oh, Ano-san, arigato for the $10. Super Sugoi. Let me read out messages. I have not read the messages. Hold on. Gomennasai. Okay. For me-san, they can't keep getting away with this, which I assume is talking about Nintendo. Goku-san said Nintendo will never prevail. True, I agree. And Mondai-san said, Sugoi's selection, Sef-sama, all facts. Yes. Which is because the games of the games I showed. Arigato. So, how does it feel being the leader of Japan? Well, I'm not actually the leader of. I should point this out, my swordling, so you're not confused, or anybody else is confused. I'm not actually the Emperor of Japan. I only played a character in that was the Emperor of Japan. I'm not actually. That goes to Naruhito-sama, who is the current emperor. I would not claim to be an emperor above him. Naruhito-sama deserves our respect, and yes, I would never do something like that. Although it would be really cool to be the Emperor of Japan for real. I am mostly a huge fan of Japanese culture and the people, and on a spiritual level I do consider myself Japanese and will be moving there in the future. Any Japanese shows you plan to watch for New Year's Eve? Well, me, I'm very curious about Gojira -1. I want to watch that with my parents on New Year's Eve. I told them that it looked really great and that they will enjoy it. So we were gonna be watching that. Oh, but before we continue, I was supposed to give you a little sneak peek on on something that's coming up. My swordlings, how many of you, let me ask a question, and I want you swordlings to answer in honesty, because I know some of you are new, and you might have not been around when I was still doing this, but I have a show that is returning in a new form. Yes. Have you swordlings heard of Topic Corner of Culture? Go ahead. Put your answer in chat so I can see. Mochiro. Of course I have. Hi. Well, there are swordlings. Not me. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. If we have a swordling who might not have been around from back then. That was a great segment. Very subarashi. Yes. Topic Corner of Culture is coming back in a different kind of form. Since we're doing this streaming, Topic Corner of Culture took a back seat to streaming because it was pretty much the same at one point. So that's just how it went. And it was a show that was related to the Patreon, where only patrons could ask questions that I answered on the Topic Corner of Culture. So instead, it's coming back in a new form that I think will be very interesting. Arigato, Vomi-san. Yes, there they are. That's all of them. But yes, there is there's a lot of there's a lot of things I have planned, my swordlings. Now that one won't be starting until after Christmas. So since the Japanese word of the week accidentally got leaked early. How was that? Did you swordlings hear that? What was that? Did you hear it? There was a sound. I might have been something. Oh, it was because I moved. Okay. I didn't feel any yokai energy in here, so I was. Okay, there's nothing. Yokatta. Anyway, yes, you can go out and check out Topic Corner of Culture, the old show. Now that form of show doesn't really make much sense to have now that we have these live streams where I can answer questions directly to your swordlings like this. So Topic Corner of Culture is taking on a new form. So you patrons can look forward to that. Someone is knocking on my front door. They look very dangerous. Hopefully it's not Nintendo. Be careful. What time is it, Goku-san, for you? Is it late at night? If that's the case, don't open the door. Omaru-san, arigato for the $5. Curse the Nintendo Yakuza conglomerate. Absolutely, I agree with this message. Yes, be careful, my swordlings. These nefarious companies are. Isn't it so sad that the most toxic and disgusting manipulative company have to be situated in Japan? It is so sad to think about that the best culture in the world have to put up with Nintendo. It is truly awful. Why isn't Nintendo just in the West? Why couldn't it just have been a Western company? And Nintendo, if you're still watching, I will never surrender. Watashi wa namae wa Boris Johnson. London Shishu desu. Oh, that's not your name in your username though. Yes, be on your toes, like I said. For anyone who's just showing up and might be confused what's going on, Nintendo is currently planning an attack. I just want to mention that. Are you going to do another art stream to raise funds? I will be doing art streams in the future. I don't know if it will become, if it's before the holiday stream that I'm planning to do, or if it's going to be afterwards. This stream was not planned. But depending on what happens later, I might have to do a stream again later next week. Or sometimes next week. We will see. But it is, yes, we will see. But these funds right here are going towards ways to counter Nintendo and their ways. It's going to help somehow. I'm going to use it for good. Can you please explain why Nintendo are evil and bad? I'm not woke to the cause, says someone. Oh, I see, a new swordling. Well, I'm going to go more in depth about this later, but I'm going to keep it short. Nintendo is a criminal company. How do I know this? Well, if you go back to 1889, the year Nintendo was founded in Kyoto, Japan, they did something very suspicious. They started working with the Yakuza. Now back then, Yamauchi, the founder of Nintendo and president, decided to make playing cards, Hanafuda, which is a Japanese style of card game, to provide to the Yakuza. They worked together closely for their gambling dens, which were illegal and still is illegal in Japan. So from the beginning, Nintendo were criminals. So that's the first thing, they're criminals who have deep ties with the Yakuza, and they still have. An important thing to note as well, that if you start working with the Yakuza, you are forever bound to the Yakuza until they disappear, which has not happened. So Nintendo and the Yakuza are pretty much the same at this point. They're so deep in that you could consider Nintendo the Yakuza. So there's that. And in the third generation of the Yamauchi clan, who was president over Nintendo in the 1980s, I believe, the late 1900s. when Nintendo started making video games. Oh, I mean products to trick people into buying the manipulative software. Yes, they were creating it to make money only. And the people behind it, well, Yamauchi picked out people that he knew would manipulate the public the most. And how do I know this? Well, he hired Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto. Now, if you might know this name, as he is the creator of such dreadful and badly designed games such as Super Mario and Zelda. And what he, you wanna know what he is? Is he a game designer? Was he hired because he was a well-respected game designer who knew a lot about game design and was educated in software making? No, he was a painter. So why did Yamauchi hire Shigeru Miyamoto? He had no knowledge of video games or any kind of entertainment. He only did painting. He only made paintings. That's all he did. So why did he hire him? Because he had a manipulative mind, just like Yamauchi, and he saw that. And he said, wow, this person can make manipulative products for us to sell to gullible children who will forever be our customers. And that's how it started. And they kept hiring people to keep working on these manipulative products. And yes, Nintendo games are not games that are supposed to be art. They're not art, they're products. They're badly designed, and they're made specifically to brainwash people who haven't a very strong mind. A lot of Westerners. Mostly Westerners. So this means, well, you see it around you. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube right now and look up reaction to a Mario game, a recent Mario game, and you see people in their 30s. You see 30-year-olds screaming and getting excited and crying over children's games like Mario and Zelda and other Nintendo products. And it's the most pathetic thing you can ever. It's not even if it was a good game like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I can understand, because that's a good game and a mature and cool game, not some kind of baby product. It truly shows how manipulated and brainwashed they have been from an early age to be able to enjoy games like that, even in their 30s. You can see it. They wear Nintendo shirts. They have Nintendo stuff in the background about Nintendo games. They're usually loud and scream a lot, like children. That's right. Nintendo wants to condition them to keep acting like children so that they keep buying their products and making, well, the Nintendo employees richer and richer. Literal man children. Yes, yes, exactly. They're man children. They sold them cardboard. That's right. See how manipulative how easily manipulated these Nintendo fans are. They buy cardboard and they sit there and clap their hands like small babies. It is pathetic to see. It hurts to see. These people have been manipulated since an early age. It's uncomfortable to watch. Arigato gozaimasu for the explanation, Sef-sama. I think I now understand the reason why you dislike the company. No, it's not that I dislike Nintendo, which I do. It's that they are objectively a terrible company who manipulates you and, well, not you specifically, but the consumer. And everyone, children, and parents who buy games for children. If you have Nintendo products near you, make sure to throw it away and destroy them. And go and buy something good, like the PlayStation 5, to enjoy games with. It is important that once again I have to mention, you don't sell any Nintendo games you have. You have to destroy them. If you sell it, then just someone else is gonna end up with them, and their life is going to be ruined by Nintendo. So, yes. I've never owned a Nintendo console in my life, thankfully. Oh, that's good. Keep it that way. You don't need to play Nintendo games ever. So, they're really bad, all of them. Not only are they manipulative products, but they're terrible games too, with zero redeeming qualities. Which is even more dumb. And I feel bad for respectful developers, like Monolith Soft, my swordlings. I feel bad for the developers at Monolith Soft who are forced to make. They have great ideas that are then just ruined by Nintendo. They want to make JRPGs that are cool and interesting, and Nintendo is there and ruining everything and making them bad. How miserable. Currently destroying my sister's Nintendo Switch. I must protect her and my family. Good, Enzo-san. Good. And it might seem harsh, but it's for their best. It's for their own good. They will be better for it. My family used to own a Nintendo 64, but even my mom could tell it was garbage. It was a garbage system, so she gave it away to somebody else. But she probably didn't know that giving it away would ruin ruin someone else. But yes, it's terrible. All Nintendo systems are terrible. Now, there are, of course, exclusive games released on Nintendo systems by great companies like Square Enix. They were forced to do it. You want to know what Nintendo did? Now, of course, they had to remove this restriction later. Back in the day, let's talk about Final Fantasy 1. A great achievement in the gaming industry. And that's created one of the best games of all time. Final Fantasy 7. But anyway, Final Fantasy 1 was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System, I believe it's called. And what Nintendo does with the companies like Square and all companies, they force them to sign a contract with Nintendo when they want to release a game. And at the time, developers didn't have much choice. Nintendo was the only choice until the PC Engine and the amazing Sega Mega Drive came out. So at the time, a lot of developers didn't have a choice. They had to release it on Nintendo systems. So what happened was Nintendo forced them to release the games on their system with that contract, and they could never release games on other systems for while they were under that contract. So they could only release games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And what's even worse, they could only release 4 games a year. Have you heard of such insanity before? These restrictions, they can only release 4 games a year? And you can only release it on a Nintendo system? Well, once the Sega Mega Drive came into view and people understood, wow, this is so much better than Nintendo, let's move over there. Unfortunately, some companies couldn't do that because they were stuck on Nintendo. Like Square, which good that they got rid of Nintendo when they moved over to the powerful and amazing PlayStation 1 with Final Fantasy VII. That was a great move. Good job, Square Enix. Nintendo's seal of quality was a funny concept. Yes, more like Nintendo, if you want your game on our system, you have to sign this contract, which will ruin you. So, yes. Terrible company all around. Oh. Well, my shortlings. We have been going for 2 hours now. I will be wrapping up the stream right here. But if you shortlings have anything else to say before we end it, let me know right now. Hopefully I was able to explain to all of you. There might even be some anti-Nintendo, some anti-Sephiroth Sword 57 swordlings out there. Shieldlings, as someone mentioned on X. Yes, anyone who opposes me or anything I talk about, those are shieldlings. Pathetic Westerners who shield. They put a shield of Western culture in front of them to not listen to reason or objectivity. They're not as yes, they're completely they completely just ignore facts and reason. So yes, in the future, when you see someone who is opposing me, you can call them a shieldling. Oh no, shields are not. Shields is cowardly. Using shields is a coward's way of defending. A true fighter would use the katana and blade to deflect any kind of incoming damage. A shield is completely unnecessary. So it's fitting for the Westerners to have a shield to try and protect themselves. Anyway, my swordlings, yes, this is the end of the stream, and prepare yourself for later today. If you are, let me know if you've been hacked or anything. Let me know somehow. And if you see the Sephiroth Sword 57 channel changing, if you see that it changed to a Nintendo, something Nintendo related, and the videos have been removed, hopefully it won't. But you know where to go. It's on the Sephiroth Sword 57 Twitch channel. Be sure to go there. Hold on. it is. My swordlings. This is if things are looking weird and you don't understand what's going on, head there. Okay? Anyway, my swordlings, prepare yourself, and I hope you can have a good night, evening, morning, or day. And I will talk to you swordlings later. Bye-bye!